Hey, welcome back to Guild Wars 2. That char walked right in front of me right as I started my introduction. I am continuing with the Icebrood Saga. I am completely unprepared for this introduction. I just sort of came into the computer room, started up the game, and hit record. So we are on a race to arms. Let's recap what's going on here because I don't really remember. It's another day for me. It is Wednesday, September 25th, 2019. It's been a day since I played the last episode. So last time I learned from Kesmir and Ephraim that the Renegades have been quietly trying to recruit young Char into their ranks. On top of the other signs of violence and hate, the idea of the Renegades expanding the reach of their xenophobic extremism was disturbing. With Casmir's help to disguise me as Ryland, a reputable Char with the freedom to move around and ask questions, I set out to investigate. The trail led me from the Farar through the Bloodkeep, and then the urgency ramped up. I learned the Renegades had kidnapped Gorick and were searching his datapad for useful information about Aurene. I was able to get Gorick to safety, but I made a terrible discovery in the process. Ryland was working with the Renegades, and they were helping Bangar gather forces for a questionable mission. I knew that was important, Ryland working with the Renegades. I thought I detected that. I'm really glad I'm reading these recaps because these are really useful. These are very helpful in sort of discerning the salient points of the story before I move on. So, what do we have to do? We have to report what we've learned to Krisha. All right. So, this is where this is where all the rubber is going to meet the road, or something like that. Let's go to this waypoint. So I have to say, I've actually been very surprised by this Icebrood Saga prologue. I am shocked to report that I'm actually kind of enjoying this. I feel like this is a radically different. It's a radical departure from what they've been doing lately. It feels like they're sort of getting back to their roots, so to speak. Oops, I forgot to turn my speakers down. So, I mean, this map.
Come down and brand the flame.
They're looking for our weaknesses.
This map feels like an old school map, like one of the original maps from when you're leveling up. It's easy to get around in the map.
Gorick safe?
All the legions together.
Good luck.
Pretty impressive.
I think I know where Ryland is. And I think he's...
Commander, Ruinbringer is on the move. Malice's spies say he's slipped away, headed for the mountains west of the Bloodkeep. Looks like several dozen warbands have done the same.
Several dozen.
Across legions, all heavily armed. Ridlock's son is with them.
What?
It gets worse. They're working with the Renegades. I'm on my way to tell Krisha.
She's gone too. Went after Bangar, and she looked worried. You can probably catch her if you hurry.
I'll meet you at the gateway to the pass, Commander.
On my way. Jory, round up Bram and the other Imperators. I'll let you know where to meet us.
Ooh, the plot thickens. I forgot what I was saying. I was saying something before the dialogue started, but I forgot. I think I was saying I liked the, Oh yeah, it was kind of the map is easy to get around in. It's fun to get around in. There's stuff to look at. There's not an obstacle every 10 steps. There's events to work on. There's conversations to listen to.
We're gonna go meet Elroz at the hunting grounds.
There's too many conversations, but it's a reminder of like a...
Brad. No, it's around. You come in after me. Back to the top. None can stand against this dragon's land.
These little conversations are really cool. I mean, I feel like these are... I mean, I'm sure these things have been on every map throughout the whole Living World Season 4, but it's just been such a hassle to get around on the maps that I've never felt any interest in exploring, because it's just such a hassle. But this map is like, it's like a starter zone map. You can just go wherever you want and look around and...
Tolerate that kind of bigotry in my company. You are an Ash Legionnaire, not a common thug.
Sir, yes, sir.
Step wrong again, and I'll strip you of what little rank you have. You'll be on hard labor until your claws fall out. Clear.
Crystal, sir.
Man. I mean, there are enemies, but they're just easy to avoid. So far, at least, I should say. So far. Up until a race to arms. Where are we going? Where am I going? Oh, we're going over here to Tribune's Trench. A new area of the map. The events are actually, you know... I mean, they're not riveting, but they're not terrible.
Meaningless violence. Belligerent merchants.
Meaningless violence. Oh, I've been through here before.
Like mine.
Fill the emptiness
lead
in your
on this,
life
will
with
ya?
local
Hey,
merchandise.
souvenirs.
Come, shiny
No
armor.
one has deals
Whatever
like
you
I
need,
do.
I can...
Yeah, I went through there before. The merchants are all hawking their wares at me. Which is, it's funny. It's a nice looking area too. It's just, it's not all dark and foreboding. Now, granted, this is just the prologue, and, you know, I'm sure it's going to ramp up in difficulty as we go along, but for now, it's really kind of nice and leisurely. The training grounds discovered. Oh, uh-oh. I've just walked into the area with mobs. Let's go around them. As soon as I say it's easy to get around, I walk into an area teeming with enemies. Oh, I'm going completely the wrong way. Okay, I guess I gotta go back over here where all the mobs are. Oh, so I was saying last time or the time before last, I don't remember, that I wished I could see like a behind the scenes of Ritlock's voice. Well, there happens to be a behind the scenes video of Ritlock's voice. I'll just kill this raptor. On YouTube, they made some behind the voices videos, and there's a lot of them on the different voice actors that make up the voices. It's pretty cool. And the guy that does Ritlock, I think his name was Stephen Bloom. I think. His voice has got that. His voice just naturally has that really low, deep vocal fry in it. And it's just, I think he was just born that way, because I don't know how he does it. He does talk like this. He's always talking like this. I don't know how he can talk like this and do anything with his voice, but he is always talking like this. Somehow he gets away with it. But I think they do a little bit of extra processing on him, because they recorded some of his voice in the booth as he was saying lines, and it sounded just a little bit different. I think they might deepen up his voice just a touch for the actual game voice.
Dragon came to me in a dream. He is not the enemy. Only those who oppose his will.
Oh, are we going to a different map? I don't know who said that. Something else that I discovered, that I learned from those behind the voice videos, The voice of Bram is voiced by Sam Riegel. Emmy Award-winning Sam Riegel of Critical Role fame. I had no idea. And I was reminded about that because the voice that we just heard there sounded a little bit like Bram, aka like Sam Riegel. So, that was a really interesting thing to learn. And speaking of Critical Role, I also learned that the voice of the male Norn player character is voiced by Matt Mercer. Something else I didn't know. Which is kind of funny, because I have a male Norn that I leveled all the way to 80, and I had no idea who was voicing it. But I seem to remember that I actually found his voice kind of annoying, to be honest. I haven't really played my my Norn Hunter very much. Hunter? Is it? I think it's Ranger. I think it's a Ranger, not Hunter. Here we go.
Now, Kree. He put the renegades into play. They're pushing his hate for other races, building support for something big.
Did Vanguard tell you where he was going?
He's still our Imperator. I'm not comfortable with a bunch of armed fighters chasing after him.
Well, that's a no.
He said he was holding a rally for his closest supporters. Ryland...
Can I at least assume stopping your cub is something you can both agree on?
Come on, Kree.
Let's go.
Join Ritlock
What the
and
world is taken away from
Krisha.
Jormag's blessings will return.
Who is saying that? Somebody's proselytizing around here, and they sound like Sam Riegel, but I don't see a source of the voice. Join Ritlock and Krisha in Shiver Peaks Pass? What? Shiver Peaks Pass is 1,000,000 miles away from here. Alright, well, let's go. A race to arms. Where are we? Let me look at the map before we start. Okay, see, I thought we were going here. Well, I think the power just blinked or something. Oh, it's probably something just went in front of the sun. A plane or something. Yeah, Shiver Peaks Mountains are way down here. Here are the far Shiver Peaks, and this is this little tiny Shiver Peaks Pass map. Alright, let's begin.
Serious storm blowing in. They don't usually come down this far from the mountains.
The cold's only going to slow us down.
Don't we have snowmobiles? We can build guitars and amplifiers, can we not build snowmobiles? Okay, just wondering. What do we do? Trek up the pass into the Shiver Peaks, it says. Okay. Here we go. I knew we were going into some snowy areas. This is why I wanted to change my outfit. This doesn't... I don't have a desert outfit. I mean, this... Going into the snow is not appropriate.
Any idea where Vanguard might be headed?
This pass just leads up into the Shiver Peaks. Vigil supply route.
Now you know how it feels.
What?
Getting cut out, axed from his circle of trust, just like that. What did you do? What did you say?
I don't know.
That was kind of a... That was a little bit... That was kind of a jerk move there, Ritlock. What was I saying? Yeah, my red and orange outfit is not appropriate for the snow. Looks like we only have one way to go. A perfect place for an ambush. Just like that. Any thoughts? Where's Krisha? Did we lose Krisha? Oh, there she is. We did lose her, but then she just appeared out of nowhere. Huh.
Most loyal supporters, my ass. Most suicidal, more like.
Not just Blood Legion either. Warbands from ash, iron, flame.
Always had charisma. I'll give him that.
I knew there was going to be some kind of tension with his son at some point. Early on, I thought his son was going to die or something, and that was going to be the catalyst, but it's more than that.
That doesn't sound good.
Look out!
Everyone okay?
Yeah, must have been the weight of all that snow.
Keep moving.
Well, it's not like we have a choice. I guess we're not going back now. It'd be nice to have a waypoint.
Are those elementals trapped in the ice?
They used to come down from the mountain sometimes, when we were still in the
I
Farrar.
remember.
Just like old times.
Not in a good way, I assume. So these are elementals trapped in here. Are they gonna... of course they're gonna melt and start attacking, I assume.
Coals are still warm. Vanguard's followers must have staged here before heading further up. Jory, can you hear me? We're heading up the canyon. How far are you behind us?
Commander? I didn't understand that. Where are you?
Interference from the storm.
We should get this fire going. Signal our location to the others.
I'll do it, but be ready. I can feel the elementals. They've already started to thaw.
I knew it. Wait for Krisha to relight the campfire, which means we're gonna have to defend ourselves. Defeat the elementals around the base camp. Whoa. I'll take the tiny one, you get the big one. Okay. That seems fair. Oh, there's snowballs flying all over the place. Watch out for the snowballs! Get my hounds out. Oh, we got him.
Your job first. Bangar.
We're getting close.
You're the chosen few. The ones brave enough to see the truth of where we stand today.
Oh man, this is getting...
The hell was that?
Sounded like Iron Legion explosives. Come on.
This is getting a little, I don't know. I have a feeling I know where this story's going, and it just feels a little cliche, but we'll see. It does seem like they're heading in a direction that is very much a reaction to the times we live in. But, we'll see.
Too long. Declawed, defined, made weak. What do my fellow imperators do? Nothing. And our enemies grow stronger.
Alright, here we go.
Who can we count on to put our people first? Only us. Only John. That's why I'm calling for a new day to raise up our kind.
Hoo boy. Lots of snow.
There's a whole world out there that wants to keep us down. And in know what they have on their side? An elder dragon!
Oh boy.
And Bram's bow.
I know this much. Let him hold the upper hand. Sooner or later, they'll play it. You willing to let that happen? You want someone else to dictate our future? Then it's time to even the odds. Let's go get ourselves a dragon!
Oh, man. Oh, they're gonna use the dragon bow. Oh, yeah. The bow that they used against Jormag.
Ryland!
He can't hear you.
Man, that crowd noise is sinister, man. Okay. Are we gonna do this, or is this just a prologue?
Lose them!
Wait, I feel...
Behind us! Elemental?
That's an ice
Who
construct!
cares? We gotta go after Ryland. And Bangar.
Gritlock, if that thing gets down to the keep and the Farrar...
Damn it!
Alright, we'll do a boss fight then. My patented elite strategy of running... Whoa, dodge. Watch out for the snowballs. Patented strategy of running around in circles, hitting my keys randomly, dodging away from anything that looks like it's gonna hurt. Whoa, look out for that. Oh, I got hit anyway. Let's change to a long range. Oh man, we're in a whirlpool. I need my dogs out. What is this other... Why is that? Oh, this means I can't use my mount, I think. Uh-oh, we've got company. Look out. Oh, I'm taking damage here. Don't worry, guys, I'll get him.
Have to keep going! Have to catch up! Stop them!
The cold's getting worse. We need to get out of here.
Hey, I got 15 of 15 achievements. Oh, it is getting worse. We do actually have to get out of here because it's hurting. Oh, bloody hell! I just missed. Switching to shroud form. Seriously, nobody's gonna help me, huh? Okay, well, I'll just sit here on the ground and do this heal thing, I guess. I was pressing my shroud form right as I went down. Shroud form, aka... Oh, here we go. So we heal while we're standing here. And then we run to the next thing. I get it. We stay near the torches, just like that other map in that other place. Alright. Ready, set, go! Am I going the right way? I guess we're going the right way. Cold doesn't seem to bother the other guys. Oh, that one's not lit. Okay, that's not good. Why is that one not lit? Do we have to bring fire to them? What's the dealio here? Do we have to keep running? Mount Mounts disabled, defrosting the nearby flames. Can I can't.
Ready.
It says greet. It doesn't look like I can bring a torch down there, so I guess we just have to make a run for it. Okay. Just have to make sure we get into a blue circle where there's a torch. Man, it's cold! Ritlock, it's cold here. How do you guys stand living here? Almost there. Almost there. Almost there. Oh, I see... Hey, it's Bram! Bram, help!
Commander, we found your signal fire. Where's Bangar?
Took his followers deeper into the Shiver Peaks. With your bow.
What? No. Ryland tricked me?
He's not himself. He's being played, just like the rest of them.
He said he was going after a dragon. We need to find Aureen. Warn her.
Not Aureen.
You gotta be kidding me. He thinks he can...
Even the odds.
Bangar wants his own Elder Dragon.
That's a suicide mission.
Knew he was up to something. Never thought he'd use the party to poach our soldiers, though.
Renegades have been working that angle for a while. On Bangar's orders, apparently.
I should have seen it. He just needed all the legions in the same place at the same time. Ephraim.
No one's blaming you. If he's really going after Jormag...
Soon as we find a way through the storm, we'll pick up the trail. And if Bangar can't be reasoned with, maybe Ryland can.
Oh, Ryland.
We'll get him back, Ridlock. I promise.
Oh, he's going after Jormag. A race to arms completed. Is that the end of the Oh man, it's the end of the prologue. Oh man. I want it to continue. Well, this is a weird feeling. I actually want the story to continue. Rather than feeling like, oh man, I got through it. I actually am interested in seeing it continue. What a weird feeling in Guild Wars 2 Living World stories. Alright, let's talk to all these people. Bram Ayrson, aka Sam Riegel. I think they process his voice too. I think they're lowering it a bit. Okay, I clicked on him and nothing happened. Oh, no voice acting. Stupid, stupid. That bow was my responsibility and I delivered it right to them. Was it the only reason Ryland was talking to me? Don't worry, we'll get it back. He knows I used it to crack the fang of the serpent. I wonder if Bangar thinks they can intimidate Jormag into cooperating. He wouldn't be the first to try to take Jormag's power for his own. Yeah, the Sons of Svanir have been channeling Jormag's power for a long time, but it comes at a cost. Jormag isn't some tool or a pet. Neither is Aureen, which I told Bangar repeatedly. You gotta know your bond with Aureen is some kind of miracle. Bangar saw that, and now he wants it for himself. Great. Oh man, I wish these were voiced. Let's see if we can do a Ritlock voice. Knew Bangar had a problem with me, but Cretia, it's not like him to leave her behind. That's my best Ritlock imitation. I think Cretia would agree. Something feels off. We can't underestimate Bangar, Commander. He's had wild ideas before, and they've worked. I don't know what... He's starting to sound Irish there. He's built a military career out of it. You think he could succeed in harnessing Jormag's power? Are you kidding? He's bitten off way more than he can chew. But he's not above forcing others to swallow it. That's a dangerous way of thinking. You've heard him. This is an arms race, and he's feeling like a cornered animal. We don't need Bangar as an enemy. You can't choose who your enemies are, Commander. If it's a fight Bangar wants. You're getting ahead of yourself. Don't do anything too rash. I apologize for that. Ritlock imitation? That was very bad. Marjorie. New-voiced Marjorie. This is bigger than just some char politics. There are vendors here from all over. Word will spread. An Imperator leading renegades? That's just fuel for the Separatists' fire. Guess it's too much to hope the snow will slow down the gossip. Optimism, Commander? Casimir can debrief Logan on what's happened here. He'll be able to keep the more volatile human factions calm while we go after Bangar. See if she can get behind him and Malice to share information with each other. Wait, see if she can get him and Malice to share information with each other. Might be a tough sell, but we'll do. We're going to have to work together again, humans and Char and everyone else, to make sure this powder keg doesn't explode. I agree. Malice Sword Swallow. Oh, here's Malice right here. As I said, Kralkatorik's death left a void to be filled by fear of the next threat. Bangar was enough of a strategist to take advantage of that fear. Well, where will you send your spies now? We need intel on how long Bangar's had this relationship with the Renegades, and how far-reaching his plans are. So you don't know what we can expect next either? I know this kind of unrest opens a power vacuum. Some have been known to press that kind of advantage. Smodar, right. Let's keep an eye on things. I don't know who Smodar is. I'm also not sure who the Renegades are. Just some generic separatist group? Oh, Smodar's right there. Smodar's standing right here. Wait, were we just smack-talking Smodar right next to him? What does Smodar think of this? Don't worry, Commander. I have experience putting down renegades. Don't see why Bangar and his rabble of traitors should be any different. No doubt, but Imperator, maybe you should keep a foot in the homelands. Yes, you're right. It's time to reassert command and get ahead of the message here. Despite Bangar's determination to prove otherwise, Char engineer more than just war. Let's try to keep it that way. And Ephraim. I think these are the three leaders of the three war bands. I don't know which one's which. I think the glowy hands one is the flame war band, and then there's... Where were the other two? Iron and, Iron... Oh, they're in my inventory, right. Iron, Flame, and Ash. I guess Malice is the Ash Legion guy. Ephraim. Don't think penance would be easy, but I never expected this. Didn't think penance would be easy, but I never expected this. No one would blame you if you took your cubs and left. We don't run from a fight. One thing Bangar got right. Char are stronger when we come together. I meant what I said to Krisha. It's long past time for the Flame Legion to rejoin the fold. Well, good luck. And lastly, Krisha. Stoneglow. Constructs don't create themselves, powerful shamans do, and Flame Legion doesn't work with ice. There's more going on here than we know. We'll need to proceed carefully even once the storm passes. You think Bangar's working with someone besides the Renegades? That's not what I said. When we find Bangar, I'll get a straight answer. There's been too much speculation already. After all you've heard, you still think Bangar's innocent? I think he's been a Legion Imperator for longer than either of us has been alive. He's always done what he thought best for us, and we've prospered. That's a fact. He's leading a band of renegades. That's also a fact. Could be that the renegades have fed him faulty intel. I need answers, but he's my Imperator. That's not in question. Maybe he's not the leader you thought he was. Doesn't make him a villain. Whatever you say. Well, she does have a point there. I mean, just because he looks guilty doesn't mean he is guilty. And there we have it. just because he looks guilty and sounds guilty and acts guilty doesn't mean he actually is guilty. Okay, so I guess we're leaving the instance. And that was the end of the prologue. That was a pretty short prologue.
Commander, we're looking for volunteers to scout the pass. See if it's safe to go on. Want to help?
Those who oppose his will.
I I actually do not want to help at this time. I don't know what you're talking about. I guess this is some thing. Strike missions. Recent reports say Shiver Peak's pass has become more dangerous since the Icebrood construct caused an avalanche that severed the path farther north. Grisha and the Blood Legion are looking for volunteers to trek into the pass to check whether conditions are safe to begin rebuilding the way through. Is this is like a dungeon, I suppose. It's not a dungeon, it's a strike mission. So it's sort of a dungeon light, I suppose. Well, that's an interesting thing. That's new. What is this? Is this dangerous? It looks dangerous, but apparently I can stand in the middle of it and not get hurt. So I guess it's not that dangerous. Alright, let's go back to the Bloodkeep waypoint. There's only 3 waypoints on the map. Nah, let's just stand here. This is fine. Well, I guess that's gonna do it for the prologue. Bound by Blood, the prologue is complete. I guess we will have to wait for the to find out what happens with Bangar and Ryland and his band of merry racist xenophobes. So I guess I will check out here until the next episode drops in. I gotta say, I kind of liked this prologue. I haven't really enjoyed playing one of these living world story things for quite some time. That was kind of enjoyable. So good job, ArenaNet. Keep up the good work. All right, see you later.